Have you ever wondered how we learn the skills to live in the world around us? It's incredible what the brain and body can do. We can see things, hear sounds, smell scents, taste flavors, and touch textures. We can also feel our body's balance, its movement, and what's going on inside of us. Anyone hungry? All of these senses work together to help us navigate daily life, like getting ready in the morning, walking downstairs, knowing when to eat, hearing what our friends say, or when something stinks. P.U. This is the foundation of multisensory processing, the idea that we combine information from sights, sounds, touches, smells, and other senses to create a singular perception of the world in our minds. A long time ago, our senses helped us identify danger, like spotting a fierce tiger in the jungle or tasting a toxic food that could make us sick. Our senses continue to help keep us safe today. But what if your senses, and the way you process them, are different from other people? What if your perception of the world around you seems overwhelming or hard to understand at times? This happens to a lot of people, and researchers are currently working to find new ways to help kids and adults who notice and understand their environment in different ways.
We commonly make this assumption that children are little adults. But as a neuroscientist who studied brain development for the last 30 years, I know that that's not true. Compounding the problem is that there have been very few studies that have really looked comprehensively at how does the sensory brain in children develop. Finally, the work that has been done has largely been done in these very controlled laboratory settings that make me worry that we're really not capturing the real world in which children are gathering their sensory information from. This is the reason why we've decided to create this immersive, fun sensory environment in which we can study how the sensory brain develops.
We are studying how children see, feel, and hear the world around them because it's often different from adults. And these senses change as they grow. So by understanding these changes, we can better support children in school and their outside activities like sports or playing with friends.
There's people who basically emphasize different things. Active sensing is a process in which you are actively filtering information from the world, and you need to pick out the important bits. We have a ton of information that goes through our eyes. We have about 30 million different photoreceptors, millions of different mechanoreceptors across your skin. You can think of all of these as kind of like pixels in a picture, and you need to figure out which pixels are important and which aren't.
It's easy to think that everyone should sense and process information in the same way. And if you feel different from others, something must be wrong with you. This is completely false. In reality, everyone senses and comprehends in their own unique ways. And we need your help to discover the amazing secrets of multisensory processing. Children and their families from the United States, Italy, and Switzerland are collaborating with top scientists to accomplish this exciting research, as well as uncover other important knowledge along the way.
If we think about multisensory perception, we always combine vision, audition, and touch. But if you don't have vision, then also the integration between audition and touch may be altered, may be impaired. And this is the research we are doing in the last years, trying to demonstrate how audio, vision, and touch are integrated, how they change during the development, and how they change when one sense is missing.
EEG technology is an electrode, and these electrodes are just sponges that record the electrical activity of the brain from outside on your scalp surface. What EEG allows us to really do is understand how fast and where in the brain we're able to achieve the behaviors that we do.
And what we're hoping to get from the people that are contributing to this research, the participants, is that they can have a better understanding of why a healthy ability to integrate information and also sometimes not integrate information is so vital for human development.
The work that we're doing will provide information about the baseline level of functioning in the neurotypical case. Now what you can do is you have a baseline against which you can now compare performance in children with neurodevelopmental disorders like autism spectrum disorder, for example. So it ultimately can serve perhaps as a diagnostic tool.
There's so many awesome things happening in the laboratory, and kids are leading the way to life-changing discoveries.
In this multisensory research study, children and families can expect to participate every 6 months until they turn 21. One of the most exciting parts of our research is the immersive cave that we have. So the best way to describe it is like you're stepping into a room where you're a character in a video game. This is really important because normally when we're studying behavior, it's not really in an immersive, realistic environment. So this is the most realistic way we can measure behavioral responses.
This is going to be fun. I mean, we really are, in essence, building a video game that a child is immersed within. I can't imagine a more enjoyable environment in which we can do our work and in which the child can play like they normally do. Again, we need to better understand how the sensory brain develops. So regardless of whether your child is a normally developed child or your child has some sort of a developmental challenge, this work will allow us to gain great insight into that and into them.
No matter who you are, we can all thank our brain's talent for multisensory processing for helping us live life at our best. Join us in discovering the keys to increasing behavioral health and happiness for people all around the world.